One of my favorite educational station is the one dedicated to that wood.
The dead wood.
Yes.
Yeah, I like
very
it.
important habitat.
Yeah. And there's a key word, the fungi.
Yes, the world wide web under our soils that helps plants communicating.
I love
It's
it.
really
Yes.
fascinating
The
concept.
let's have a look. The wood wide web.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah.
And so
Fantastic signage.
yeah,
Amazing.
very important for health of the soil, of course.
Yeah.
And well, that wood is very important habitat from which many species of animals depends on an
Yeah.
entire food chain, starting from, for example, so-called saproxylic insects. That those are insects that have at least one life stage that depends on that wood. Here in the other panel, we have some examples. There are some coleoptera whose larvae feeds on that wood. And actually, what we know better, that is the adult form of the coleoptera, only lives a few weeks, and the life of the coleopteris is mainly spent as a larvae. Larvae can live up to 5-6 years in that wood before emerging as an adult, reproducing and laying eggs and dying.
Okay. And what have we got here?
This is we call it a wood mold box.
The wood mailbox?
Yeah, we try to recreate the habitat that we have in very old trees cavities. Unfortunately, a bad forestry management along the past decades has taken all the dead wood and all trees out of the forest.
Yes.
Thinking they were not useful to anything. Instead, they were, as I said, very, very important habitats. But if you want to put back these habitats in a forest, you should plant a tree and wait 200 years before you get it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, here we are trying to accelerate that process. Of course, is a lot of limitation. We will never be able to create the
same thing.
The same
sure,
thing. But we are trying to still create something that some type of coleoptera can use. Here you have mainly wood dust, leaves, also old bird nests. So we are really trying to
old bird nests.
Yes, when we clean our artificial bird nest that we have here, we have to clean them every year at the end of the reproductive season to make them ready and clean for the next season.
Because you've got nesting boxes.
Yes, we do, of course. We have 11 of them for different types of birds and also band boxes. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And also
so
all
we
the
put everything in here, trying to recreate this habitat in the cavity that attracts a specific type of endangered coleoptera. Where there is an endangered habitat, unfortunately, there are several endangered animal and vegetable species often that we tend to forget.
Yeah, right. Yeah, really interesting idea. Not seen that before. Pretty unique, and I love how the signage just rests with it. Yeah, it's cool. All right, let's continue on the journey because there's something else that's pretty interesting around the corner, isn't there?
Yes.
I love how you walk through all this and then you open up into this area and go, God, there's even more of it.
Indeed, indeed. Many people have this reaction.
Yeah. And I love this sign, all talking about the plant biodiversity and fungi biodiversity in this food forest.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely amazing.
Yes, we have over 300 different species between cultivated and volunteering plant species.
Wow, that's pretty good.
We also censored over 300 different animal species. So
yes.
50 different species of birds, and this is kind of
yeah.
If you think we are in the middle of a city.
In the city.
And this proves how we could actually enrich our cities of biodiversity. It makes also our urban parks, much more interesting.
Yeah.
Now most of them are kind of boring, ecologically boring.
Yes, ecologically.
Because normally you only have this mowed lawn and a few trees of very few species, and very little happens there ecologically. While here, of course, as you see, we have to stop almost every step to see what's going on.
Have you had opportunities to do a measurement of the richness in this food forest?
As I said, we are sensing the the different species. So we are counting.
Do some counts.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Currently just counts, and for animals we take pictures, and then we ask a specialist of different groups to identify them.
Oh, great.
Mm.
Awesome. All right, let's keep walking around. You sort of got to stick to the path, don't you? Because who knows what you might be walking on. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yes, as you can see, the mowed parts are mainly the paths.
Yep.
So we want to make the area easily accessible
Yeah.
and invite people to enter it and to
Yeah.
explore it. So we keep the paths mowed.
Yes.
While outside the paths, we keep the,
Yeah.
the
So the rough grasses, and I can see dandelions coming up here, and there's
Yes.
the flower or the seeds,
they
seed
provide
heads.
habitats. It's unbelievable how many different species live in,
Yeah.
even in simple grass that we don't know. I recently found out that there are a very beautiful coleoptera whose larvae develops in the stalk. How you call it?
In the stalk.
Stalk, yeah, of the grass. So
Yeah,
you never
right.
think about it when you're mowing. You're actually killing a very beautiful coleoptera.
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of moths live in there. And,
yeah, just keeping these rough areas around the trees and over little open spaces. And most people wouldn't even know the importance of that, but it's so important, but so subtle.
And here we have a classic educational station, our insect hotel.
Insect hotel.
It's, again, to talk about animal biodiversity and the needs to support animal biodiversity within any system.
Yeah, and this is a one that's been constructed using pallets.
Yes, there are just 6-7 pallets, one on top of the other. The roof is made out of all the
Tiles? Roof
yeah.
tiles?
Roof
Yeah.
tiles.
Yep.
And then we have these cavities in bamboo sticks or drilled into pieces of wood.
Yeah,
That
look at
host
that.
the solitary bees, very important pollinators. And what you see here, you can see the bamboo sticks that are plugged by a mud wall.
Mud wasps? Yep.
No, it's a mud wall, a wall of mud.
A wall of mud?
Yes, but it's made by this solitary bee.
Oh, for the
Osmia cornuta is a very important pollinator in our areas. It flies in March when all the fruit trees are in flower. So
fantastic. And the sensitivity around the different size sticks and the
yes, different needs for different species, and of course, then you also get the predators of the solitary bee that are nesting here. So
and they're attracted to
this
that
creates more biodiversity.
Yeah, interesting. Bricks and sheets of paper and yeah, cool. Diversity of materials attracts a diversity of different insect life. I guess. Yeah.
Composting station.
Okay, can the public use the composting station?
Yeah, sure. We have a regular composting and also an earthworm composting box. In the composting box, we have much more efficient composting because we are helped by the earthworms. Here you see somebody left some kitchen waste, and here we have then more vegetable waste, and then at the bottom you see what you get. The normally is nicely black humus. You can see it here.
Yes, it's starting to develop down there, isn't it?
Yeah, very rich in organic matter, of course.
Yeah. So some community composting.
Yes.
Nice. And this is also a community system, or
this is I call it lazy composting.
Yeah.
Here we just put whatever we cut and it's maybe too much to be left on the ground. We put it in this metal mesh box. So this is the method that we found the best works in public areas.
Yep.
Because it's of course mouse proof.
Mouse proof, yeah.
We have the same at the bottom, so mouse cannot
Yeah, right. Yep.
And it works pretty well.
Yeah.
And it's very easy also to open to take the
and plenty of oxygen can get into it
Yes.
to create the aerobic conditions. Yeah, great. And again, nice signage. Tells the compost story.
Yes, for us it's also important that people might try these things at home.
Yeah,
So even with everything we are talking about here, so from the dead wood pile to
yeah,
the composting station, the insect hotel, so to increase biodiversity also in our gardens at home is very important. Creating all these stepping stones around the city.
That's right. It's not just this place; it's a whole network of activity going on. Yeah. Oh, now this beast. Tell us about this one.
Yes, this is the only citrus plant that can grow in this area, and is able to do that because it loses its leaves in winter. Normally, citrus do not lose leaves. They are plants that grow in warm climates, but this is one species that does lose
It's a
these leaves.
deciduous citrus. Amazing.
Yes, indeed.
Very thorny.
Yes.
Citrus trifoliatum.
Poncifero citrus trifoliata.
Yeah.
And the fruits it produces are very bitter, but they can still process in nice jams. And they can also use to actually make nice perfume
Oh, right.
environments. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What we have here.
There you go. And you've got some life.
This is missing in our database of biodiversity. I have to come back and take a picture of that.
This little guy. Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. Just trying to pick him up on the camera. It's a bit hard. Yeah. Yeah. So obviously these are younger plantings.
Yes, indeed.
Through here. Yep. The mesh that you use, is this to keep rabbits off or?
Yes, hares.
Hares.
We have hares here, and also until a couple of years ago, on this side of the area, the municipality was still doing the maintenance on the grass.
Oh yeah.
And so this was also protection against
the brush cutters. Yes, the strimmers and the brush cutters. Yep.
Yes, the trimmers. Yes.
Yeah. A lot of dandelions here on the ground.
Have a look first at the flower meadow, and then we finish with the.
Yeah, it's gonna have a look at this flower meadow. Yeah.
Now you cannot really.
No flowers here at the moment.
No flowers at the moment.
No.
Because of course we are in a season in which flowers are not there, but it's here we want to recreate a stable meadow ecosystem where the mowing is reduced to a minimum, one maximum twice a year.
Twice?
Yes.
One or two cuts a year?
Yes.
Okay.
No more. This will allow plants to go to flower, to seed, and so to reproduce and keep coming the following years.
Yep.
And this helps providing food for pollinators and shelter.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Of animal biodiversity. And this is a project that we started in October last year.
Yep.
The first spring we had, in the first year, normally annuals are the ones that are more visible because, of course, are the first that go to flower. And we had a lot of poppies and cornflowers. It was very beautiful also to see.
Yep.
And let's see what's next year.
Yeah, yeah. Did you say you were working with one of the university here?
Yes, it was actually a EU Erasmus Plus funded project, of which the University of Piacenza was the leader, and school kids came to see this video.
Great.
Yes, very nice project.
And again, there's the dried some dry flower heads from the corn.
This is actually a lettuce. It's a lettuce. This one.
Okay.
It's a type of lettuce. Now it's very difficult to recognize, but I saw
a lettuce.
Yeah, a lettuce.
Oh God, I wouldn't even recognize.
And it's not a very common one.
Yeah.
I actually had a botanist friend that helped me to identify it.
So again, important to keep keep the seed heads
Yes.
habitat for insects
Yes,
overwintering.
Also for self-seeding next year.
And for
of course,
self-seeding,
yeah.
yeah. All right, and the pond.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
the pond in the future of the
the
future.
dream coming almost true. Let's see.
Yes, yeah,
So finally here we will be able to create a wildlife pond that for us is a very important biodiversity component.
yeah,
In such a small place you can bring in so much concentrated plant and animal biodiversity.
yeah,
And also for endangered species, because
yep,
again this is one of the most endangered ecosystem in the world and in Italy, because
yep,
most of the wetlands have been either dried or other urbanized or
yes,
polluted,
yeah,
and it's very important to create this ecosystem wherever we can nowadays. The first obstacle is to convince and to teach people that these are not places where mosquitoes reproduce. We have
yes,
a problem with mosquitoes in summer and warmer times, but actually they function as ecological traps for mosquitoes. So
yes,
mosquitoes possibly come here and lay eggs in
yep,
the water,
yep,
but a healthy ecosystem will have so many predators that the larvae that hatch from the eggs will never reach the adult stage,
yeah,
and this will make in vain the reproductive efforts of the
yeah.
adults, and this would help controlling the population.
And was that a question that the local municipality was sort of asking you about?
Yeah, more than one time.
Yeah,
And we had to really provide
provide the
scientific
science
evidence.
around that.
Exactly. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, and we did that. And
yeah.
and we also had another project in a different part of the town that is really practical, already showing that you
Okay, you've already
cannot see, even when it's full of mosquitoes, you cannot find one alive larvae in the water. So it's amazing.
interesting.
Yeah, indeed.
So there might be mosquitoes on top of the pond, but no larva in the pond.
You might see adult mosquitoes flying around, but
Yes.
not a live larva in the water.
Wow.
So yes,
Yeah.
this means they really are not able to reach the adult
The
stage.
adult stage.
And among the predators are the dragonfly larvae and the diving beetles
Yes.
and water skaters, back swimmer. So there's full range of different predators.
And those mosquitoes flying around, they're coming in from somewhere else.
From their favorite habitat, that is indeed sitting water, but
Yep.
not in an ecosystem. So
Yes.
maybe in containers that are hanging around,
Yep.
or
Yep.
the under the pots, the dishes you put under
Oh,
the pond. Yeah,
your pot plant pots, yeah,
this is the typical
trays. Yes.
habitats for mosquitoes reproduction.
Yeah.
So it's very important to work and eliminate those.
Yeah. Now this pond's going to be in a public place. Are you required to fence it?
Yes, we are, and
Yep.
we will. What you see, the outside edge that we show here is
Oh, yeah.
where the fence
Will go.
Will go, yes.
And there's an inside edge, and that's the pond edge.
It's about 25-30 square meters area, and we will have two different ducts: a 20 centimeter, 30 centimeter deep terrace for the plants that prefer shallow areas,
Yes.
and a deeper area up to 80 centimeters, no more, because then it'll be a different ecosystem.
Yep.
And all around we will have a bog garden.
Yep.
So part where the soil will be waterproofed, that will host another type of plant community.
Plant community, yeah. And does the fence have to be a high fence?
At least, I think by law, 120 centimeters. We will do it 150 just to be sure.
Yep.
And it will be okay. Other important host that we hope to have will be the amphibs. As you know, amphibians.
Amphibians
Are highly endangered group of animals. Here we have in our region, all amphibians are protected by law.
Yep.
We have the very nice green toads.
Green toad,
yes. And we hope to have it here reproducing. It's a mainly terrestrial animals. People think amphibians are all aquatic, but in reality, many amphibians are also terrestrial. So it's also very important, again, to care about the habitat outside the water. So again, wood piles, etc.
Exactly. Well, this is going to be a great project. And when do you think you'll be starting?
Hopefully, we'll start digging already next week.
Next week?
Yes. This is after 5 years planning and applying for permission.
My goodness.
So we're really looking forward.
God, you need to crack open the champagne or something.
Yeah.
What an achievement. Because this is one of the things, isn't it? Community projects can take time to get off the ground. Often dealing with government and bureaucracy.
Yes, especially if you're trying something new.
If you're trying something new,
you really have to pave the way. As
yeah,
you say.
yeah, absolutely.
And the municipality itself is recognizes this. Has this role.
Yeah.
To say probably for those who come after you will be easier. I hope, because I don't know if anybody else could do that again.
Yeah. And once you crack it, then it gets a lot easier for other groups as well.
Yeah, and if you think food forests now are in the local regulation for active citizenship, so actually food forests are mentioned in there as a way, a good way to manage public areas. So citizens can require a public green area and present a project based on the food forest.
Oh, right. So there's some recognition coming now through officialdom.
Yes.
Around food forests in this area.
The implementation. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you, Francesca.
Thank you.
Great to have a wander around this amazing food forests, and I hope it all goes very well in the future.